Let's start from the beginning. There is this store called Bricks and Minifigs, and this store is known for selling Lego. And not only do they sell Lego, but they do consignment-based, like selling of Lego for third parties. So a consumer who has a Lego set that they want to sell would go up to them and be like, hey, I have this Lego set, it's worth $500. How about we make a deal, right? And you get, let's say, 10 or 20%, and I'll get the rest. You sell it for me, right? That's how it's supposed to work. And unfortunately, not only did that not work that way, it probably turned into one of the biggest corruption cases in law enforcement I've ever seen in my life. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a more actively, blatantly corrupt law enforcement. So I'm very interested to see how they respond to this at the end, because chat, we're not only going through the original video, and if we have to do this in more than one stream, then we're going to, because there has been body cam footage that was part of this situation, okay? The body cam footage was illegally redacted, okay, by the police. However, one incredible person, probably a Redditor, decided to hack the police department and steal their files. So they stole the uncensored body cam footage from the police department and gave it to Ben so he could make it into a video. It is actually insane. The blatant corruption, like, you know me, guys, I'm a connoisseur of body cams, but holy shit, it's rough. Sorry, someone in my chat, just for YouTube's context, it was found out that the PD linked a Dropbox with all the footage in their own upload. This is why boomers shouldn't have technology, chat. This is why. It's an hour and 25 minutes. I'm gonna try not to stop too often. Here we go, chat. I tracked down the thief who stole $200,000 of Lego. Thank you, Reckless Ben, for this incredible coverage. And let's get started, guys. Let's get started.
Man spent his life collecting what's now known as the world's largest Lego Star Wars collection ever. It's estimated to be worth around $200,000. And then the entire thing got stolen. And the police
It's gonna turn down a little bit.
Working with the thieves to cover the entire thing up. But the craziest part is that the collector doesn't even know that his collection's been stolen. Yeah, the collector's son, Brian, well, he reached out to me because he has no clue how to break this news to his dad.
At this point, my father had a health episode. We can't bring any stress to him.
The reason he's reaching out to me is because the police
Jesus.
are covering this entire thing up.
So that's the thing. That's the kicker, chat. The police are covering everything up, okay? Everything.
I promised Brian that I would not end this video until I get his entire world record Star Wars collection back. But anyways, the thief of this collection is actually a corporation called Bricks and Minifigs.
Bricks and Minifigs, the biggest toy store of its kind.
Is the largest toy store.
Bricks and Minifigs were not just your average Lego store.
For collectors, Bricks and Minifigs is basically seen as the best and safest way to sell your Lego collections.
I'm selling my Legos. So what I'm planning to do with them is take them to my local Bricks and Minifigs.
Because there's so much positive media about
It used to
them
be so
everywhere,
popular.
Brian thought that this would be the perfect store to finally sell his dad's Lego Star Wars collection.
So I wrote up a contract.
In the contract, it says that these are still the family's Lego sets, but every time one gets sold, the store gets to keep a small percentage of each sale.
Right, so like I was explaining earlier.
So that store that day was nothing but my dad's collection.
So you could see in these videos that this is the entire inventory of the store, okay? The entire inventory is in this person's house, and they've brought it to the store, and the store is buying it from him. But this is a store's worth of inventory. $200,000 of Lego. That's the scale that we're talking here, okay?
Like, all the shelves filled. They had to bring in extra shelves and filled the whole party room with shelves.
But the owner of the franchise, this woman, well, her husband had to actually leave the country due to some work-related reasons.
My husband and I were planning on moving out of the country. I reached out to corporate to let them know, hey, this is something that's coming up in the next in the next like 4 to 5 months.
She told the Bricks and Minifigs head corporation that she was planning on selling the store, so the corporation actually was able to find a buyer to buy it from her.
They let me know that they had somebody who was interested in purchasing
Sorry, chat.
a franchise in the area. He was going to be in town and he was going to stop by and just take a look at it. It wasn't until Brandon got there that he informed me that they were terminating my franchise agreement.
Yep.
We were getting threats
So-
from Brandon and from corporate that if we didn't leave the store
So they
immediately, the police were going to be called. I told
So they didn't even know that they were getting kicked out, right? So she was told that they were going to come and literally just look at the store, see if they wanted to buy it, maybe check dimensions of things, if they want to buy new furniture, whatever. Turns out they're in cahoots with the CEO, and they work with the CEO to oust her from her franchise agreement and literally kick her out of her own store. But she had a secret.
I wasn't comfortable leaving that night without the inventory.
And she tried to do the
I was
inventory.
not going to be able to stay there long enough to do that inventory.
But we don't just have to take this woman's word for it. She was actually able to save all the security camera footage from that night, proving that everything she just said is true.
All
Yep.
the footage and evidence is there in the security cam footage.
Look at it.
It's him at the store kicking her out. In that footage they sent us is Crystal asking him, how am I supposed to pay this guy? These are sets he has not been paid for.
These are ones that he has not been paid his percentage yet.
They literally have it on
I don't know
video.
how much I need to pay them.
That's a business thing and not necessarily yours. He's taking on the business, he takes on all that kind of stuff.
So you guys can't see it because I'm in the way, but he says that's business, but not necessarily yours. He's taking on all of the consignment, which means he's taking on the responsibility, dumbass. It's this, oh my God. Chat, I've been raging about this in DMs with people for like a day and a half. Like I might
His
skip
own
ahead a little
corporation
bit.
is sitting there on video
I might skip
saying they're
around.
gonna take it.
After this woman got kicked out of her own store, she called Brian
And this morning,
explaining
yeah.
how corporate just came down and is now trying to take the world's largest Lego Star Wars collection without paying for it. So, Brian called the store to see what was going on.
Called the store and I said, what happened to Crystal? And he goes, well, that's kind of a private matter, but the corporation's taken over the store. There's something I can do to help you with. I said, well, yeah. I am the owner of about half your stores.
He's like, great, where's my stuff?
All those vintage Star Wars sets you have in there are ours. And he goes, oh, I don't know anything about that. I said, well, you better get to learn about it because I have a contract, I have photo evidence, video evidence, like that is
And this
our
is where it
collection.
turns.
So I went down to the store, brought a copy of the contract. We're like, you need to let me in back and let me see the sets that you still have. All you have to do is let me in back. We can go that route or we can go to court. And the guy just looks at me, crosses his arms and goes, let me tell you what's gonna happen.
Yep.
If we go to court, we're gonna drag this thing out so long and you're gonna end up spending so much more money than your collection is ever worth or what you ever would have gotten on it.
Literally threatens him.
So if that's the route you want to go, and I go, that's really the route you want to go, rather than just letting me walk in there, and he goes, nope.
Literally threatens him.
What am I to do at that point?
Bricks and Minifigs knows that this family, especially with the father's health, doesn't have the resources to take them to court, and almost mockingly, they've since flooded all of their social media with tons of pictures of Star Wars.
This is
Legos.
the worst
At this
part,
point, it seems like they're just
I
rubbing it in
think.
this family's face.
The fact that they just rub it
they stole the
in.
world's largest Lego Star Wars collection in the world, and they got away with it.
Everybody is absolutely baffled. How the hell can a corporation get away with doing this?
That's the unfortunate part.
And why are the cops not helping?
They get away with
Luckily
everything.
For Brian, a YouTuber ended up catching wind of this story and created a team of YouTubers to do whatever they could to get Brian his Legos back.
This is the full inventory of all the sets and minifigs.
We can figure out how to get this guy his money and his stuff back.
But right after they started, they instantly stopped working on this case.
So there was already YouTubers that were working on this case, that were trying to crack this case, right? It turns out that they couldn't because TLDR, the company threatened them. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit because this is mostly preamble. I want to get to like the actual footage. Okay. So the company threatened them and said, if you continue searching into this, we are threatening legal action. And we are going to say that you are harassing us and that you are cyber stalking us. And we're going to go take you to court. They were really small, not really small, but like small in the grand scheme of things, like money wise, right? So they didn't have like thousands of dollars to spend on lawyer fees. So they dropped the case. Now, Ben, he didn't take that. He was like, you know what? F that. I'm going to try and get this guy's money back. So I'm going to show you guys mostly the important footage because like I said, I don't have a ton of time today and I really want to get into like actually talking about it because I have a lot of opinions and I'm really, really passionate about this. And I want to also get to the body cam footage from the police officers because that is something that I watch a lot of is body cam videos. And I want to talk about how up it is that they did everything that they did. I wish that I could show you the original footage for the police footage. However, it is in part 2 and part 2 is on Patreon only. So what I'm going to show you is the YouTube video instead. The corrupt part, the super corrupt part. So here's the first encounter. This is them literally just going into the store and trying to just talk to them like normal people.
Kind of just want to hear Bricks and Minifigs side of the story.
Hi,
yeah.
How's it going?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
It's pretty good. So basically my friend said that you guys have some of his Legos, I think, and he told me to come here and see if I could pick them up. I think they're Brian's Legos. It's like a big like Star Wars collection set, I think.
You could go ahead and leave now.
Really?
So you could go ahead and leave now, or I will call the police for harassment.
You can go ahead and leave now, or I'm going to call the police for harassment. Are we serious? Okay, bet.
Well, I'm not harassing you.
No, you are. Hi. You want to watch the cameras? I'm being harassed. Watch the cameras. I am being harassed. You need to leave.
Literally, all I did was just bring up that my friend has some Legos in their store, and the manager started freaking out on me.
Literally
I wasn't gonna
insane.
leave the store without hearing her side of the story. Before showing up, I printed out a copy of the contract the store made with Brian, saying that all of his Lego sets will remain his until sold. Because I have a contract.
This is the craziest fucking part. They literally have a contract. They have the papers. If the guy who owned the Legos could afford to take them to court, he would have, but he couldn't. This is so crazy.
Legal reason to be here. Legally, this does not count as harassment. Instead, the manager should be checking the store's inventory to see if these sets are still in their store.
Well, so
correct.
Still all of the Lego sets you guys still have.
I don't have anything to do with that, and I don't want that. You can go ahead and leave, and I'm going to ask you one more time. This is the last time. I do not want that. You're not handing me anything.
I tried for a long time just to get her to look at this contract. But finally, she gave me an answer of why she can't help me.
He's been supposed to be getting a hold of corporate.
Basically, what the manager's saying is that
of course.
if someone did steal the Legos, it wasn't her, it was corporate. But little does the manager know, I already did this. Yep, I literally went to the corporate Bricks and Minifigs headquarters.
How's it going?
Literally went to corporate like a boss.
Corporate side of the story.
You have to talk to the store owner. They're all locally owned and operated. We can't do anything with it here. Their decisions are their decisions. For sure.
So when they say go to corporate, how do we respond next time?
I have no idea. You have to take it up with them. It's your
take it up with them.
That doesn't involve us.
So I showed the manager what corporate Bricks and Minifigs said.
Corporate tells me this. I'm supposed to come back to the store, right? And so it kind of seems like you're going against what corporate's saying.
That's fine.
Oh, well, this is what corporate told us.
I'm happy that's what corporate told you. For the last time, I'm asking you to leave the store.
Can you give me a reason to leave, I guess?
Have you guys heard me ask you several times?
I don't know about you guys, but to me, it kind of seems like the only reason she's asking me to leave the store is to cover up this $200,000 theft.
Oh, of course.
How many times have you been asked to leave?
Was there a reason you're asking me to leave?
You need to leave. I've asked you to leave. You need to leave. You need to leave. I've asked you how many times to leave. I've been asking you to leave.
Eventually, the owner of the store called in and asked if he could talk to me.
Are you the owner of the Bricks and Minifigs store?
It gets so much worse. When I say gets so much worse, you guys are not ready. The Mormons are literally involved is not a meme. The Mormons are literally involved. It is a Mormon conspiracy. That is not a joke.
Yeah, why? What you got?
So basically, I just wanted to get some of the Legos back that you guys still have. I think I'm looking for the the clone turbo tank.
Why do you think you would be entitled to our inventory?
The Mormons.
Well, at least I confirmed the Legos are still here. The only thing is the owner's claiming that he's the owner of these Lego sets. I mean, it's pretty stupid of him to say that, considering I'm literally holding a copy of a contract made with the store that said that this Lego Star Wars collection is not the store's property. It's the family's property. The contract makes all of this very clear, so I want to give him one more chance to answer a little bit better.
Well, I just want to get it back to my friend. He said he couldn't get it back, so I was just wondering if I could just come and pick him up. Because you guys still have him, right?
Bro, why do you think your friend would be entitled to our inventory?
Well, it's his. He owns the Legos.
Huh? He doesn't own the Legos.
Well, yeah, we have a contract.
Well, yeah, we have a contract. Hello.
No, bro, are you an idiot? Are you stupid?
Josh, the police.
And they called the cops. Okay, so now we enter the police. The first character has entered scene left. Okay, this cop, probably one of the most incompetent cops I've ever seen in my life. He sounds like an NPC. When people talk about the idea of an NPC, that's this guy. He has like 3 voice lines and he just repeats them over and over again. It sounds like he doesn't have a functioning thought in his brain. It's very frustrating. I think, honestly, if I was Ben at any point in time during this, I would have crashed out.
Well, at least the police are here now, so once I show him the contract we're in with the store, we can finally get the Legos back.
Basically, we have, I think it's like $200,000 worth of Lego sets.
Yep.
That we just have them in the store, and we just like to pick them up, I guess, because they were going to sell it for us, but I guess they're not selling it for us anymore.
But does it sound like they want you here, right? So
they have our sets, though, yeah.
I understand that. Right here, the factor is that they don't want you. They're a privately owned store, and they don't want you on the site. Okay.
But I don't want them to keep the Lego sets, though.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
The police officer literally didn't care at all that
didn't give a
stole $200,000 worth of Legos. For some reason, he made it seem like I was the bad guy.
So you are trespass from here. So
okay.
Trespass for life. So if you come back.
Oh, for life?
Yeah. If you come back, you could be arrested. Okay.
Oh, so how do I get the Legos back then if I can't go in the store?
Okay, we talked about that. Do you understand the trespass portion? If you come back, you will be arrested.
We talked about that. No, we didn't. I don't know what conversation you were having, but it wasn't the same one I was having because we didn't talk about Like, this is why I could never do this. I could never do investigative journalism because I could not stand for this stupidity. I'd be like, no, we didn't. Like, I literally would not let him gaslight me. I'd be like, what are you talking about? Are you stupid? Like, what do you mean? This is a level of incompetence that is immense.
So,
okay. Again, Rob, you come back, we're in the car, and we're gonna arrest you.
Brian did warn me that the police are actively trying to cover this up. So Brian and I are now officially trespassed from the store. And if we ever come back to ask for his own Lego collection back, then we're gonna be arrested.
Is there, I guess, a reason why they're able to just take all the Legos and not give it back, or?
So, we just gotta leave.
I just have to leave?
So, leave now.
Yep.
Okay. I'm not allowed to be in the parking lot?
No. So this is all private property.
That's not how that works, but okay.
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 We've been filming for 10 minutes and I'm already trespassed from Bricks and Minifigs, which is like the whole location of the video. So how do I film a video at Bricks and Minifigs now if I can't even legally go back there?
So they do this part, right? There's a bunch of preamble. So they try and discover some stuff to do to try and figure out how to deal with this situation, right? However, they do talk to the CEO. So let's see what the CEO has to say.
Oh, the guy who runs the entire company, Ammon McNeff, he personally came out to talk to us.
So something I just wanted to point out really quick. You can't see it because of where I am. Here, let me move myself for you guys. What is this over here? He went to, what's that? Brigham Young? Is that Brigham Young University? Chat, for those of you that don't know what Brigham Young University is, it is the Mormon university in Utah. Just for those of you that don't know anything about Mormonism. The holy land of the Mormons is Salt Lake City, okay? They believe that Salt Lake City, Utah is the holy land. Do I know why? Because a guy who found some golden plates allegedly in his backyard, allegedly said so. That's why. But they believe that Salt Lake City is the Holy Land. Everything in Utah is Mormon. It is aggressively Mormon, to the point that like everything's interconnected, right? So in this situation, and I'll explain this as a bit of a spoiler, right? Because this is in part 2. In Utah, everything is kind of connected by Mormonism, right? So the CEO is Mormon. Guess who else is Mormon? Both owners that are having issues with this. Guess who else is Mormon? Most of the police force that had issue with Ben, almost all of them were Mormon. Guess what company donated thousands of dollars to the Mormon church? Bricks and Minifigs, right? So it's very suspicious. I'm just saying it's a little sussy. It's insane that a Mormon conspiracy was discovered because of Lego. That's what I'm not confused, but like stunlocked about, I guess, is I'm like, I can't believe this all happened because they just wouldn't give back the fucking Lego. Anyway, let's see what the CEO has to say. Mr. Joseph Smith himself.
He personally came out to talk to us.
So what's going on?
So you guys are holding some of our Legos?
No, we're not.
Also, that mustache is something. I don't know what it is, but it shouldn't be.
He came out to talk to us.
So what's going on?
So you guys are holding some of our Legos?
No, we're not.
You're not?
No.
Is that a lie?
No.
Is that a lie?
That's a lie. You did take the Legos.
No. So we have our attorneys have visited. Like again. So who's like
Brian Mansell.
Notice that he literally didn't know what the to say. Our attorneys, shut the up. Respectfully, actually no, disrespectfully, shut the up. Because holy shit, this is insane. How do you so blatantly lie to somebody to their face like this? It's just, anyway.
He's a guy who had he had like $200,000 worth of Legos in your guys' store.
Nope. Never
Yep.
happened.
Never happened, apparently.
I mean, it did happen, yeah. It does happen.
No, we did not.
Yeah, because his Legos were in the store and you guys took them. I know you think lying to us right now is kind of like helping you out.
I'm not lying to you. No.
Well, look, we both know you're lying, but...
No, we don't know that.
So I showed him some social media posts his own company made that are still up that claims that these are Brian Mansell's Lego sets. And these Lego sets that they're still holding on to are worth $200,000. But all of these claims are from his own company. We just caught the CEO of the entire company red-handed in a lie. Yeah, it's crazy to me that even the CEO is in on this cover-up. But anyways, now that we
because of the Mormons
just caught the CEO in this lie, I wanted to let him know that it's gonna be much easier if he just gives us the Legos back now.
If you just want to give it back now, it's gonna be a lot easier for you guys, you know? I think you guys would prefer the easy way.
Prefer the
way,
easy way.
I don't think you guys are really gonna like it.
No, okay.
But we're getting it back either way, so it's like you can either...
So you can leave. If you come back here, we will call the cops. If you don't leave right now, I will call the cops.
So you don't want to do the easy way?
So you're threatening me. What you are doing right now is illegal. It's an extortion.
So
it's not extortion. They're trying to get their property back. It would be extortion if they were asking, like they're not asking for money. They're asking for their property back. Okay, anyway.
You guys in illegal activity, that's illegal on me.
Okay, you've been asked to leave. Please leave.
And with that, Bricks and Minifigs has made their decision. I presented them very politely with the easy way, and they said, heck no.
Now, note that they say heck no. Now, I just want to bring something up. So, Bricks and Minifigs, let me just find this tweet. Sorry, chat, hang on. Okay, here it is, here it is. Bricks and Minifigs. Bricks and Minifigs is parting ways with Brandon Best and Joshua Johnson due to a devastating social media campaign. They say they have reached out to the family that owns the $200,000 collection to return it and offer compensation for any missing items. Now, that sounds great, but let's see what they actually said. We've been asking for documentation for a long time. We'd asked Mr. Menzel and others and did not receive enough to give us a clear picture until recently, thanks to internal and external operations assistance. So you are telling me that their argument is that they didn't have the paperwork when they literally spent, let me see, it was 2 hours, about about 2.5 hours of edited footage doing to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? Huh? Like, that is the most insane excuse I've ever heard. And he says, and to those who continue to stand with us, and we finally have enough to proceed with a resolution. And this is Ammon McNeff, by the way, Mr. Brigham Young University that we just saw. This is him saying this. And now that we do, Brian, we continue our offer to sit down with you and are prepared to discuss dropping the lawsuit against you. As if they weren't the ones in trouble. As if they weren't the ones in trouble. Oh my God, I'm losing my mind. Yeah, it's under Finders Keepers. It's Finders Keepers, guys, obviously. Duh. So he says, let's go through the spreadsheets and POS data together and ensure you are made whole monetarily and ensure that whatever Star Wars Lego was or remains in the Salem store, whether you identify as yours or not, you can have it. We will ensure you are compensated for anything unaccounted for, including what Mrs. Law/Gorman failed to compensate you for without your knowledge. We're ready when you are. So again, their argument is that they didn't know, that they thought that the lady paid him out and all of this shit, when it is literally on camera that they said, no, we'll be taking on the consignment. That's why I said, remember that, remember? Because they specifically said they'll be taking on the consignment. So that's their excuse. That's their excuse. Now let's look at the comments. Their supplier, Minifigs.me. It is a original parent company of Bricks and Minifigs. It's from Europe. Okay, it's a European company. This is their response. Nick and Caroline here, owners of Minifigs.me. As many of our customers will be aware, serious allegations have recently been made against a franchise in the US called Bricks and Minifigs by YouTuber Reckless Ben. We have been suppliers for this company for many years as they grew from a single store to many, but we can no longer continue to do this in good conscience. We have been waiting for more of the facts to become clear or for some other information to come to light before making this decision, but we are at the point where we have to stand by our principles. So their supplier has now cut ties entirely. So they are completely cutting ties. So that's something to note. Something else to note is that I believe that they did start a GoFundMe in episode 2 for this lovely man and his family. It raised, originally, obviously the goal was $200,000. It has now raised, I believe, over $400,000. Over $400,000 for this GoFundMe, that's so awesome. So I definitely, 411,000 raised, 411,000. But yeah, if you guys want to go help support Bricks and Minifigs, please, go check out the GoFundMe and give them some of your dollars. But yeah, so that's a good thing. At least the GoFundMe is happening. Then they go back to the store and they get arrested. Well, not arrested. They get trespassed, right? And they find this guy's name and they get his number from an employee. Essentially, they brainwash an employee, they say, but it's not really brainwash. They're basically convincing an employee or making the employee realize that they are corrupt, right? And the employee ends up giving them the phone number. So then they call Josh. So let's see what Josh says.
Hello, this is Josh. Hello. I'm just calling to get my Legos back. I think they told me to talk to you about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what Legos?
I think it's the Star Wars set. I have a list. I can kind of pull it up. I was just wondering, like, how we can get them back. Should I, like, if I get your okay, I can just walk in the store and...
I don't know what Legos you're talking about, dude. What are you talking about?
He's like, what do you mean?
One of them's called like the Super Trooper set, I think. We got, what else is there?
I don't know what you're talking about. Keep going.
You don't?
Since Josh was pretending to not remember any of the Star Wars sets that make up half of his store's inventory, I decided to send him over a picture of the contract his store is in.
What contract is it? I didn't sign a contract. I didn't sign that agreement. I didn't agree to anything.
That's not how that works,
now
buddy.
I finally understand the legal loophole that Josh is using to get away with this.
So that's the legal loophole. So the legal loophole is that because he didn't physically sign any paperwork, he is arguing that he should be free of this responsibility, which is obviously insane because, again, all of this is moot because there is video footage of him agreeing and saying, no, we are taking on the consignment of the store. So all of this is just stupid, but he wants to do it this way. So that's his excuse. Obviously, he doesn't play ball. Right. So now they do a bunch of silly shit to try and get their attention. But the fundamentals is they're trying to get them into court because they see that the police is corrupt. Right. They see that the police is not going to help them. So they have to go above the police. Well, how do you go above the police? You got to go to the courts. Right. You got to go to the Supreme Court. How do you get to the courts? Well, you got to go to a lawsuit. You got to get a lawsuit. Right. You got to either get sued or sue someone. And they don't have the money to sue someone. So their idea was to try and get sued. Then they finally, at the end, realize that they can take him to court. So they're very excited because they realize that if they take him to small claims court, but make each small claim, I think 10 grand or whatever, but just split it up with like 10 different people, then he has one $100,000 claim. Do you get what I'm saying? So that was kind of their strategy and it worked. It is technically correct. Like that's their legal loophole. However, there's a problem. For those of you that don't know, in order to sue someone or serve someone a lawsuit, you have to serve them, right? You have to serve them papers. And if you can't find them or serve them papers, you can't do the lawsuit. Do you know what I mean? You can't do the civil claim because it's not a criminal claim. It's a civil claim. It's a civil case. So you can't sue them if they can't find you. You know what I mean? So they try and do all of this. However, when they go back to the store to serve the paperwork and to finally be like, you, we are suing you. We're doing what you asked us to. You keep saying, sue me, sue me, sue me. You know what? You're being sued. You know what I mean? They thought the store was going to be closed for like a day or whatever, but it turns out they permanently closed the store in order to get out of the lawsuit. They permanently closed the store. Permanently. But this was the final conversation with Josh when he basically was like, hey, just so you know, I'm going to sue you, buddy. Like, okay, so basically he agreed to, so he agreed to give the stuff back. He said, I swear on God and everything, whatever, that I will give you your stuff back. Okay. And then this is the conversation.
I mean, Josh is on video swearing to God and on everything he'll give us the Legos back. But now, for some reason, he never even had the Legos. But this makes no sense.
The shelves were empty.
So I decided to remind him of all of these examples where he claims they do have Brian's Legos in the store still. And this was his response.
Yeah, you did.
Fuck you. I never said that.
So you know you're wrong. So you know that you stole the Legos then.
Let's go to court then.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, is that what you want?
Yeah.
Yes.
You really want that?
I mean, I would like to just get the Legos back, but if that's what you want, I mean, it seems like this is what you want. I'm giving you every out that I can, but...
Let's just not go down... Look.
Dang.
Don't go down that route. It doesn't really matter because...
I just want to get the Legos back. They're Brian's Legos. Give them back. It's pretty easy.
It's kind of funny that this entire video, Josh has just been begging me to sue him.
Tell me. Let's go to court.
But the second I agree to it, his attitude completely changes. It's almost like Josh doesn't want me to sue him, and the only reason he's saying that is because he knows that by saying it, he can get away with his crimes.
And that's the thing, because he knows that they're not going to do anything. Like, he knows they're not going to be able to do anything because they don't have enough money. Oh, 1 second, chat, 1 second.
What are you doing?
I'm streaming.
We need to go.
Oh, right now? Okay, chat. Shit. We gotta go, chat. Sorry, guys. Yeah. I guess I didn't realize it was gonna be this short. I thought we were leaving like 5.
We got 2 hours.
All right. Fair enough. All right. I guess I gotta find parking, chat. I guess we gotta find parking. I'm sorry. All right. We'll continue the the Church of Latter-day Brick Thieves. Holy that's funny. We'll continue the Lego fiasco another day. How about that, chat? I'm sorry.